visual arts that are available for you here. So there are 3 primary classes and then 2 that are kind of optional other things. So drawing and painting, sculpture and ceramics, and digital media are our 3 base studio classes. They're all semester long, or you can take them for a year. You get 0.5 VPAA credits for each semester that you take. These classes are very hands-on, they're studio-based, they're project-based with very little work outside of class and very little or no homework, no tests. So these classes, drawing and painting, you're going to get a little bit of drawing, a little bit of painting, realism, abstraction, finding your artistic voice. You do a little bit of art history in there. Our sculpture and ceramics, you get a basic hand building with ceramics. You have a very professional ceramics studio. We also do wire, paper mache, needle felting, and we've recently started adding in stained glass to the curriculum for sculpture and ceramics. So if you are interested in building functional artwork or large-scale sculptural artwork, this class might be something that you would consider. And then digital media encompasses photography, digital illustration, and graphic design. So if you are interested in anything in the technology aspect of art, this would be a great class for you. It's taught by Mr. Kuehl, who is an illustrator himself, so you get a very professional teacher who knows what they are talking about in the world of graphic design, digital illustration, and photography. All 3 of these classes, you don't need any prior knowledge at all. You come in, we'll teach you what you need to know. If you are worried that you're not creative enough or you're not an artist, don't worry. We have a lot of fun. We teach you, we guide you, and you can practice that creative side of your brain. You also, as juniors and 10th graders, you can consider taking AP Studio Art. This is a class that it runs for a full year. It gives you 1 VPAA credit. You do need previous experience in art classes to take this class, and you need teacher permission. So you would just get that permission from whoever is your current art teacher. This class, there's no official sit down and take an AP exam. It is portfolio based, so you spend the semester building a portfolio of 15 pieces of artwork, and then that gets submitted to the AP board. The last class that we have on offer is a new class. It's called Lit Art, the Blank Page. This is a 2-hour block class that gives you half of VPAA credit, and it also gives you an English credit, so it would count as your senior English class. This is co-taught with Dr. Keller and myself, and it's brand new, so it is going to be really exciting. You're going to get to be on the ground floor of a brand new class. It's project-based, again, very little homework. Most of the work will be done in class since it's a 2-hour block, and you'll have choices in what you read and how you present your information, and you do not need any previous skill in art making to take this class, but we'll be doing an interdisciplinary type of learning.
A lot of the business classes can count for your VPAA or for your potential 4th year math credit. As long as you take 1/2 of the credit during your senior year, you could take the other half during your sophomore or junior year. So we offer personal finance, which I think everybody really should take because it really prepares you for life right after high school and beyond. So first semester and second semester are totally different. You can take them in whatever order you want. You could take one during your junior year and the other one during your senior year. But basically, we look at basic behavioral finance, college, life after high school, if you're going into trade school, military, work, taxes, saving. Second semester, we do investing, budgeting, insurance, and a few other topics. So personal finance, like I said, you could take it as a full year if you want. Then we offer intro to business. So if you saw the profile on Monday, I believe, you can start your own business. You learn the foundations and the functions of entrepreneurship, and then you get to start your own company and sell products here at school, and whatever money you make, you get to keep. We offer 3 different levels of marketing. There's marketing 1, 2, and advanced marketing. So those of you who have taken marketing 1 and 2, you also have the option of doing advanced. There is an application process that I have in my classroom in 107 that you can pick up today. There are also some in the counseling office. So if you are interested in helping to run the school stores, now that we have two, that's what that class does, aside from learning some extra content. We offer two different levels of accounting. We have accounting 1 and accounting 2. We have work experience co-op. So those of you who have a part-time job, you have to work 10 hours per week, but then you could potentially have a first or a 6th hour off of your schedule and get credit for your job. You just have timesheets that you have to fill out on a weekly basis. We also offer sports business management. That class has run every other year pretty much. If, again, the course profile is on Monday. If you're interested in potentially looking at marketing from a sports and entertainment perspective, that's a class that you'll want to take.
I teach MediaCom, film projects, and FX. You may have seen such a thing. A lot of you sophomores have taken MediaCom, which is fantastic. Those folks who are going to be juniors next year that haven't taken MediaCom yet, you still have time. You can take MediaCom. You have to take MediaCom in order to be part of FX. So if you still have a desire to be a part of FX, maybe senior year, you got to take MediaCom then as a junior. MediaCom is what we're doing over here. It's all storytelling, video production, editing. It's all project-based. You do it in teams. Get a bunch of your friends to sign up. You'll have a good time. Juniors, right? You're going to be seniors next year. You still have a chance to take a class with Mr. Manders. So sign up for MediaCom. Or the other option, there's a class that's called Film Projects, and it's all film. We talk about movies, we make movies, we do a bunch of projects related to movies. Again, it's similar to MediaCom, but we focus just on movies. And then for those as seniors, a lot of seniors like to take that class. It's kind of a chill class. You're running around with your friends making movies. It's kind of cool. And then after that is FX. So FX is a full year. The other two are only semester-long courses. FX, you have to take it the full year. You have to have taken MediaCom first. And I will have some applications for you down in my room, so come on down. It's a lamp day. I know everybody loves a good lamp day. And I'll have some music going, and you can come down and pick up an application for me.
Hi, good morning, sophomores and juniors. I'm Mrs. Meester. I'm here representing the theater department. And I will tell you that the class Theater 1, Theater 2, and Tech Theater, for the past couple years, it's been combined into one class, which has been great. And the class typically has been, you do not, I think a lot of people get confused that if you take theater, you have to be in a production. That is not true at all. We have a lot of kids who take theater and they come out of it, either Theater 1, Theater 2, or Tech, and they come out of it much more interested in working maybe backstage as opposed to on stage. So next year, typically in Theater 1, Theater 2, they do a basic overview of theater. We do a lot of fun stuff like improv and scene work and monologue work, and they do a little bit of history of the theater. Sometimes we've written our own plays and acted it out. Tons of fun things. So if it's something you've kind of wanted to dabble in, but we're maybe thinking, oh, I'm not sure I want to do it, I say sign up for the class, take a risk.
There's also a new class in the communications department called podcasting. It's a unique opportunity to dive into the world of audio production and engineering. In this class, students will learn how to set up podcasting equipment, record and edit audio, and really learn what goes into making a successful podcast.
Hello Rangers, I'm Mr. Miedema. I teach in the industrial tech department, engineering, manufacturing, technology. I think they have a lot of different names for what we do. Engineering 1 is the intro class for engineering. It's a semester-long class. It's like the ground floor. If any of you are thinking about engineering, like any kind of engineering in your entire field of what you may want to get into, take Engineering 1 for 1 semester with me, and you will know 100% if that's something you want to go into, or if your math wizardness wants to make you need to go toward like accounting or something like that. So if you're good at math, someone said you should be an engineer, check out this class, and I promise that you will know if you do or don't want to get into engineering. And I would say more often than not, they do want to get into engineering, but it's a great way to just get your feet wet before you get into college and decide that's not the direction you want to go. After you've taken a semester of engineering, we spend the semester, we're drawing a bunch of things, you learn how to use CAD. It's like super project-based, you're just doing drawing after drawing. The environment is super laid back, just keep doing your drawings. We get into two-dimensional stuff and then some three-dimensional modeling too in that first semester. Then for those of you that have already taken Engineering 1, you can take Engineering 2 or 3. They're set up to be year-long courses, but if you can't fit in the year-long, you can fit in it as a semester. We allow that too, and I kind of do an A and a B. And so those of you that have had me already, sign up for Engineering 2 or 3. It does count for your VPA art credits, and that's kind of the gist of Engineering 1, 2, and 3. Next slide you would see would be bench woodworking, and you would see Henry Hovinga up in one corner running the joiner, Jameson Sturts on the lathe, Lydia Gurley on the table saw, and Ryan Guthrie with his table that he's building right now, his fly tying table that he's making. And so anyway, Benchwoods is our beginning class for woodworking. So if you've got any experience, a lot or a little, doesn't really matter. We give you everything you need to know to build some cool things. Again, another atmosphere that's really laid back where you get to work in the shop, move your hands, move around, and create some really cool things. One semester class, it counts for your VPA art credits, hands-on, and then if you've taken Benchwoods, for those of you that have done that, you can sign up for Advanced Woods. And that's a year-long course, again, designed for a year-long. If you can only fit in a semester, we'll take you whatever we can get from it. And that you can take multiple years. So if you've already had Advanced Woodworking, you can take it again and again. Architecture. Architecture Rendering and Design is our intro class for architecture. It's, again, another semester-long course. We're going to design a full set of house plans. So if you're interested in any kind of interior design or architecture or civil engineering, it's a great class to kind of get an idea of what goes into designing a house plan or a set of house plans. Also what goes into kind of the development and the process of creating a home. Great class for if you love the TV shows, Fixer Upper, or any of the design shows. They're a great way to kind of see how they get from point A to point B in those shows. And we use CAD to do 99% of our work. We do a little bit of sketching at the beginning, but it's all on the computer, so you don't have to be a super great artist to do well in architecture. I believe architecture, both levels count for your fourth year math credit, and so you can take it for that. If you've taken architecture, rendering, and design, then you can go on and take advanced architecture, where we get into more commercial properties, bigger houses. The second year advanced class is all three-dimensional, so we're building 3D models rather than two-dimensional stuff, and so it's another great atmosphere to just create, to design, and to learn and explore the potential in architecture. Last one I got is our board building class. And so you'd see a big picture of a bunch of surfboards and snowboards and skis and longboards and stuff like that. And then you would see Trevor Van Skyver's surfboard that he built this semester. Troy built a snowboard. Taylor's splitboard, and Zach Cheslick's surfboard. And so again, another class, it's a semester-long class where we can dive into kind of the action sports boards. And so if you want to build a pair of skis or a paddleboard or a wake surfer, kind of we open up kind of into groups and teams, and we make some of those things. And also learn a bit about how things are made as far as a lot of that kind of products that you probably already have and maybe ride. But if you'd like to explore that, that's the board building class.
My name is Ms. Zillhaber. I am band director here, and we're going to talk with my colleagues here about the music department. So there are three options for band. We've got our 0-hour percussion class. So if you are planning to be in the drum line for marching band, you're going to want to be in that class. If you have any interest in learning about percussion or learning how to play percussion, that's the class for you. First hour will be wind ensemble, that is our concert band, and 6th hour is our jazz ensemble. With the jazz ensemble, that is a year-long class. It is an audition-based class. So I do have the audition requirements in the band room if you want to stop by and pick those up. We are looking for some guitar players, so if anybody is interested in that, come see me.
Treble chorus is a choir made up of all like voices, we call like voices, sopranos and altos. And then we have concert choir, which is our entry-level sort of 9th grade freshman choir. There's another choir called Central Singers. This is the group that you see sometimes at the assemblies singing the national anthem. This is an audition-based group that meets 0 hour. So the first three choices that I mentioned, there is no prerequisite for it. You don't need any experience for it. You can just join. If singing is something that you'd like to explore, using your voice in a way that is healthy and using your breath in an effective way to make sound, any of those three options are open to all of you. Every single person in this room has a voice and can join choir. So I want to encourage you to do that. Choir, generally we give about 3 to 4 concerts every year. And then we're in the classroom learning about singing, learning about music, learning how to read music. And it's super fun. So I hope to see you in my classes next year. Thank you.
I would like to tell you about 2 orchestra classes that are opportunities for you. If you're already involved in an orchestra class, you may be interested in First Hour Symphony Orchestra. This is a year-long audition-based class, and it is the highest echelon of orchestra players in our school. The second hour is for concert orchestra, and concert orchestra is open to any students in our school who play a string instrument. That would be violin, viola, cello, or bass. If you used to play one of those instruments and COVID was a snack for you, and you'd like to get re-involved in playing in the orchestra, I'd love for you to come and talk to me in room 102.
All right, so I'm going to tell you the course offerings in PE, physical education, and I'll talk briefly about each one of them. So you have a PE requirement at Central High. You will have to take health one semester, and then you'll have an option of taking strength and conditioning, yoga, or Fit for Life. This turns out to be 1 year of physical education. If you take those classes, then you can get into global games. And you have to go, that's a requirement before you get into global games. Okay? Strength and conditioning. That class is for people who want to go through resistance training. So you may do it because you're an athlete, you want to get better in your sport. You may do it because you want to get into bodybuilding. We actually have someone in my class this year that's going to get into powerlifting. Okay, so it's resistance training with weights, something that you're going to have to do for the rest of your life, take care of your body. You may not be in a game-like situation or sport, so how are you going to do it? So we're going to show you things that you could do going to the local gym, taking care of your body. Yoga, Ms. Steensma wanted me to let you know that you're talking about mindfulness. You're getting away from a competitive atmosphere. You're in the gym or you're in the wrestling room. It's quiet, it's dark, you're working on flexibility and your balance in life. Fit for Life is maybe an extension of what you did in middle school. So you're going to be involved in individual and team sports, traditional sports like football, baseball, basketball, volleyball, soccer, those kind of things, probably at a much higher level here at the high school level. Global games, non-traditional sports. You may be out there playing field hockey. You may be out there playing cricket, handball. You're going to do individual and team type sports, but probably things that you don't do on a regular basis. So if you want to be in a competitive atmosphere, things like Fit for Life, global games, where you want to be. If you want to be in a quiet setting where you're working on mindfulness, things like that, it's yoga, strength and conditioning. I want to work on strength, conditioning, resistance training, getting better as an athlete, strength and conditioning, and then obviously everybody has to be in health.
The math department this year actually has some brand new electives available as you're looking towards maybe either adding more mathematics into your life or you're thinking, man, I got to take another math class, what should I do? So we are adding into the curriculum mathematical thinking, or analytical thinking with mathematics. Mr. Bannock's probably been around to a classroom or two, and you may have seen them. It looks at solving puzzles and playing games from a mathematical perspective and how you can tie mathematics into those, like how do I become better at chess? How do I solve puzzles? What should I do for Sudoku? We also are adding in sports statistics. So if you're like, I think I maybe want to look at what statistics are and how that works, but I'd love to approach it from a different perspective than something that we would normally get in like an AP statistics class. That class is available as well. They are both one semester classes. They go ahead and fill that 4th year math requirement. So if you're sitting there as a junior and you're like, man, I don't really want to take college algebra, what else could I do? We do have these as options. If you're sitting there as a sophomore and you're like, I love math, what else can I do with math? We have those as options for you as well. So those are fun. If you're looking for an AP, a more challenging level class, we've got AP Statistics as a class to add in addition to taking maybe a pre-calc class or a senior level calculus class. And then I also happen to be the computer science teacher. And so I just wanted to fill you in. We have 2 computer science classes that we offer here. One is AP Computer Science Principles. It is a survey of computer science. It's kind of like, hey, what is the internet? How does it work? How do computers work? Why is this phone so addictive? And how does it work? And then we do get into a little bit of programming there. And then there is an AP test. It's a really nice introduction to computer science and a pretty easy AP class to take. And then we also have AP Computer Science A, which is your typical first semester CS1 class. A lot of people who get involved into sciences find out that computer science goes along with that. So if you're interested in sciences or computer science as a career, that is a good one to take. Neither computer science course requires any sort of co-rec or pre-rec. I don't expect anybody who shows up to any of those classes to know anything about computer programming. So they're available to any of you that want to come and talk to me. So we'll start with our psychology classes. Regular psychology is a 1-semester class for 11th and 12th graders. It's thought-provoking, teaches you how you learn, your memory. It's discussion-based. We also have social psych. It's also a semester. This is a lot of projects and analysis on things like society, social interactions, who we are. Really makes you think. We also have advanced psych. This is a 1-semester class. 11th and 12th graders must take psychology first. We have AP Psychology. This is going to be a full year next year. Covers things like how you learn, how you perceive things, your memory, the physiology of the brain, developmental, clinical, and social psychology. So you can take the AP exam for college credit on this. It gives you really good college skills and introduction to what a college class might be like. We have Sociology. This is a 1-semester class. Study of human society and cultures. It's very engaging. Connections to modern culture, pop culture, things like that today. We have Honors Model United Nations. This is a 1-semester class, simulation-based, deals with all those soft skills that employers and colleges want you to have, all rolled into one. There's a club and competition option attached to it. We have History of Thought. This is a 1-semester class. This covers the classic philosophers, all the greatest thinkers, like Socrates and Mr. Carhart. This covers movies, readings, projects. It's very exciting. We have AP Gov and AP Economics. So for AP Gov, it's a 1-semester class. It's usually the 2nd semester. This is a really great class. It's taught by Mr. Managers, lots of project discussions. This is going to connect to relevant real-world information, things that actually impact you, current events, what's going on in the U.S. government. It's fun, entertaining, engaging. Again, this will give you college skills. You take the AP exam, gives you college credit. It has a very high pass rate, so that's a good one. AP Economics, we have micro and macro, so each one is a semester you take. Microeconomics and macroeconomics is going to deepen the understanding of economics, how it impacts the world. It's great for anyone interested in business, finance, politics, or the media moving forward. Again, teach you your college skills, AP exam for college credit. These classes are required at most colleges. If you take them here and you pass the AP exam, get that out of the way. And then we have History of Hollywood. There's a 1-semester class for 11th and 12th graders. You watch movies, you analyze their historical accuracy, fun, entertaining, research-based, and that's it.
So I'm Mrs. Richardson, and I have 2 elective classes to introduce to you. One is Forensic Science, which you can take as either a semester or as a whole year. Forensic Science is like if you've ever watched CSI. You just like look at the evidence around crime scenes and then you get a chance to solve crime scenes. So if you have questions about that, you can come and see me. The other one is AP Biology, which is a 2-hour block. And if you ask any of the students that are in there now, they'll be like, whoa, there's no way you could do that in an hour because it's so much lab. We are always doing a lab just about every week. You learn the biology that you did as freshmen in tons of detail. Pretty technical labs, you get to extract your own DNA. See it on a gel, those kinds of things. So if you have questions about that, I'm in room 240.
I teach, for you guys it would be AP Physics, which is a 1-hour class. It's a calculus-based physics class where you can get college credit for it. most of you have had or are in physics right now. And so we take some of the topics you learn there, but then we take a lot of other topics and learn them from a college level. So we play like with little toys like this, and so it's mostly seniors who take the class, but I do have some juniors. So I'll be in room 227, which is the room that has the astronomy mural around it. So if you guys have questions, you can come see me.
I teach advanced geology, which is an opportunity to study the geologic history and also be very hands-on with different rocks. It is a full year class, just 1 hour, and you can earn a college credit for it if you pass the test. And I'm in room 241.
And I teach a one-semester class, Science of Sports and Games. So if you're interested in that, come visit Mr. Spatafor's old room. That's where I'm at now.
2 classes to talk about. One course is AP Environmental Science. This year, mostly juniors are in that course, a few seniors. So if you haven't taken it as a junior, you want to take it next year, that's an offering for you. The second class is Human Anatomy and Physiology. This year I have sophomores, juniors, and seniors all in that course as well. I am in room 241.
My name is Vince Meyer, and I teach chemistry and I teach AP chemistry. If you're interested in pursuing another level of your chemistry class, come see me in 234.
I'll talk about the English language arts. I'm actually up here with 2 of my very, very close friends. My only friends, Mr. Fisher, Mr. Soltini. And the 2 classes I'll talk about are writing for publication and advanced writing for publication. If you like to write, if you like to tell stories, if you like to interview people, writing for publication, you see it right down there in the bottom, is a semester-long class. It is only offered first semester. I would love to have you in that class. After that class, then you can take advanced writing for publication, which is the central trend. So many people, a ton of people this year took writing for publication first semester, and then they put right on their sheet, second semester advanced writing for publication. You can slide right into the advanced class. And as you probably know, I have a lot of juniors and seniors who take the Central Trend, the advanced class, all year and take it for a few years. If you've never been to thecentraltrend.com, where in the world have you been? Because it's a great site, and it's all student writing, and you should go there. So I would love to have you in writing for publication or advanced writing for publication. I will be in room 139, 140.
Right, so we are all things sports. We are FHG Sports Report. Hopefully you are already following us on social media because we are a social media class. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, if you still use that. I even hear we are coming up with a TikTok or have one. I'm not sure I haven't checked it out yet. But everything, the reason why I say that is because everything we do is student-led. I've got some editors-in-chief. You report to them. Everybody has an opportunity to become famous. We've got professional athletes following some of our writers right now, which is freaking awesome, right? You want Steph Curry following your articles, your columns every week, everything like that. This is an opportunity, and I kid you not, guys. We have people out here in the community that depend on you to know what everything is about FHG Sports. We also have people across the country, across the state, and the world. I kid you not. If you don't think you are a good writer, come talk to some of my journalists, because I have many of them that don't think that, but they have come to appreciate writing through sports. If you have a passion for sports, you will become a good writer. It's a fun class, family atmosphere, real laid back, you get your job done, there's a lot of free time. I am careful with how I say that, but at the same time is, you should have free time if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'm up at 2:15.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as Mr. Saltini is very energetic, but here's the real story. Now, this isn't a competition, but yearbook is kind of like one of the most important things you could do in high school, because years from now, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, people look back at that yearbook and they think to themselves, that's what life was like back then. It's a really important rite of passage to have that book. My class, yearbook class, we make that book. You get to design it yourself, from the cover to cover, everything in between. It's student-made, it's student-written, it's got some graphic design, we've got some photography, we've got all sorts of cool stuff. Our deadlines are quite a bit longer than theirs. Some are as much as 4 weeks, some are only 2 weeks, but you've got lots of time to work on your art and on your skills. I've got a great classroom, we've got soft lighting, we've got good music, and there is a privilege that comes along with yearbook, that comes along with very few other classes. You do get the right to leave campus. Unfortunately, when you leave campus, you have to go to businesses and sell ads. But it's still a cool privilege to get to leave class and get to leave the building and kind of be like trusted as an adult in the community to go out there and reach out to other people. So if you want to take a class where you get to actually start to leave the four walls of a classroom, you get to write things that people will read 20 years from now, and you get to create something that everyone in the school is going to have their hands on at some point, you should join Yearbook.